All right, the button has been pressed and everything looks green, and we are all set and ready to go for another Super Robot Wars, or Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Golem Gaming as we continue our playthrough of Super Robot Wars 30. I'm, as always, Bograt.
I'm Hunter Green.
And I'm Vincent.
We're running a little light on crew to start today. Some folks are, well, Shiv is out doing Mother's Day stuff, and Krampus can't just roll out of bed and come to stream anymore, so he's always late. Anyways, last time around we covered a couple more side missions. We still got a couple more to do before we move on with our...
We have that one, and some of these are side missions in disguise. I just don't remember which ones.
The key missions that we're going to have are the Lion Revived Phoenix, Preordained Destiny. Or no, we don't. That's Earth Route. No, that's Earth Route stuff. So we're going to have Space Route. So Where It All Leads and Feelings Offered. So Blazing Combination is not actually a key mission, but
It's one of those Star ones like Showdown at Sephiroth.
It is a key mission. It's just not. So there's a whole bunch of key missions we have to complete to get through this, and that one just sort of unlocks a little earlier. It's complicated.
Yeah. It's one of the weird unlocking ones.
But the big thing is that if we do Blazing Combination, that locks us into a bunch of urgent missions that we have to do pretty much immediately at that point. So
from Blazing Combination.
yeah. So as soon as we complete Blazing Combination, we will immediately have to go in and do Life of Amazon. And then I believe once we do a Life of Amazon, that is when. No, actually, I think we have to do Where It All Leads before the final key mission of this chapter shows up. Because the final key mission of this chapter is also a
Timed mission.
an urgent mission, and it's basically you have 5 missions until you're forced to play it. But I think we have to do.
Yeah, we don't have 5 other missions left in this chapter. Anyway,
Well, there's a couple. There's a couple more that unlock after Blazing Combination and Life of Amazon.
Yeah.
Because the big thing is we cannot complete this chapter before we get the Huckbeam 30th, and the Where It All Leads is where we get the Huckbeam 30th.
Yeah.
I just don't know because of the sort of complicated nature of the key mission unlocks in this one. I'm not 100% sure which of the optional missions unlock just from doing Blazing Combination and Life of Amazon, and which of them has to do the 3 like interstitial key missions. So in other news, as we kind of go through the startup of this mission here, G-Gen Eternal continues to be mostly good. We discussed last time kind of the one disappointment I had is like the first major like event was the first time we really ran into a situation where I was like, oh, like in order to really hit the max out on this, I feel like it was either you had to be like super devoted time-wise or have spent money on it. But since then, everything else has been pretty basic and easy. They had the like Gundam Seed Destiny launch event, which also had stuff from Astray involved in it, and the like special event for that I had really no problems completing even to the highest levels with just the free stuff I've had. And the next Fierce Enemy event is acknowledging the existence of Mobile Suit Gundam Valpurgis.
Yeah.
Literally, one of the two is the Overon armor version,
Yeah.
Right.
which I was talking with Shiv about last night. The fact that they specifically specify Overon and then in parentheses armor version means to me that at some point there will also be the regular Overon.
Yeah. No, I absolutely expect it.
So both he and I are fairly quite excited about that.
I mean, just some of the variants I've gotten out of the Gotcha have made me. They're not holding back on what. I would not be surprised to see at some.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I mean, they acknowledged it in Build Fighters, so
Kind of. There was one in the background of one of the major fights.
there was a scene where it gets cut in half.
Yeah.
I found something which I think is a bug. One of the suits that you get, specifically the Rising Freedom Gundam. The only series of suits is Seed Freedom. Every other suit that is from another that never actually shows up in the actual TV series also gets the TV series flavor. So it's kind of weird.
Are there any other suits from Freedom specifically?
Not yet.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They may treat Freedom as an entirely separate thing. We have no perspective on that. Like, it would make sense for, like, the Astray stuff to count as Seed because there are no Astray missions, which are like, hey, requires this, that, or the other.
There's something which I haven't seen, but I know it exists. There's something from Seed Destiny that is carrying the basic Seed tag as well.
Yes, no, all the Seed Destiny suits count for, like, if it's like, hey, you need to, like, upgrade suits from, you know, Gundam Seed, you know, for, like, a character request. Seed Destiny stuff also works.
Oh, wait, no, exactly. I know exactly what it is. Literally the Strike Freedom from,
Yeah, the only thing I think is that it is entirely possible that they may actually treat Seed Freedom as its own unique thing. Like when it launches, it may have its own development tree and stuff.
It's not so much the development tree. I wanted to field it in one of the Endless Roads.
Yeah, no, it's I mean that's what I'm saying. When it releases, it may have its own all unique stuff. So there may even be like a unique Seed Freedom Endless Road that unlocks.
That would. Ugh, I'm not sure I want that.
Yeah, well, they don't give a shit what you want.
That's fair. Speaking of Endless Road, Endless Road X was the last thing I need for the advanced mission. And that's how I discovered the thing about the freedom.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like realistically, the chances are that those things, because Seed Freedom is sort of the newest Gundam thing, you know, you've got that, you've got G-Cux, all that. Most likely, they are going to treat that as their own things and try and push specifically for them when they actually make their way into the game. And anything aside from like the one unit that exists right now as a special thing, just because it's a way to drive more engagement. Because like if they make Seed Freedom be its own thing, it means that when the Seed Freedom stuff launches, you know, if they have scenarios or whatnot, again, even though they haven't done a lot of it so far, it is still a gacha game, it is still a mobile game, they do still need to monetize. So if they make it be like, hey, you need units from Seed Freedom for this, right? Not just Seed as a whole encapsulation. It's going to push people to have to get more stuff, basically.
That's fair. They did release a little stuff they have planned for the month. One of them I'm very happy about, and that's going to really to. I think they listed it as mass development, but it's not how they describe it. What they describe it is, or what they explain it as is, if you're building something further in the tech tree,
You can just hit it and it'll build all the
Yes.
prerequisite stuff.
yes, which is really nice.
Yeah, I mean that would be a nice change. Like right now, it's not too off-putting. It's not too time-consuming to sort of go through and do that stuff. but it would still be a little bit of a time save and therefore decently nice to be able to do it that way. The one thing that I would actually like to see them add is when you're doing character requests,
Yeah.
and if the character request is upgrade unit from XYZ series, if you hit the attempt button, it would go to the upgrade screen with the filter already applied for the series.
That would be very nice. Also, one of my plans was derailed. I planned on building a second 3-star Monty Goldfriend in the current event. You can't get any more of the things required next.
Yep. No, the actual upgrade materials only exist enough to get you to a single 3-star. It's actually why I stopped doing the Stray event, because basically the same reason I was thinking like, oh, I could get another one, and then I like looked through and I was like, oh no, you actually can't.
I did all of the unique drops from the special gacha thing. And now it's like, now I'm just running it for the hard missions, because those, between running those and running the actual tickets ones with the remaining gacha, that's the best use of material.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, I'm running hard mission, other series, money, upgrade material, etc.
Yeah, I'm at this point, I'm actually spending most of my AP on series missions, just because there's a number of series that I'm still finishing off what development trees exist for them. Just to be ready for when the series season 2 stuff drops. So like IBO and G-Witch, I'm still basically building, I've still got like the last couple ones to get of what currently exists.
Yeah, I finished up G-Witch's current tech tree, but I still have a bunch to do. Actually, I think I have one to do in X, a couple in Double O, a couple in IBO, and most of Devil tree in G Gundam.
Anyways, the
Stuff's happening.
Gundam NT plot is happening or something.
Or possibly, I don't know. There's way more Gundam NT plot in this game than there is in Gundam NT. So I have no idea how much of this is padding or not. I still need to watch the OVA.
Yeah, I don't know either. I still haven't watched NT because I actually read Phoenix Hunting and I like Phoenix Hunting, and I'm still kind of upset that they made a fucking Gundam for this shit.
That is understandable. Like, I have nothing against the narrative, but I find it kind of a bland gun.
Yeah, because they just kind of made it whole cloth because they were like, we need to sell kits.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can't release a movie and not sell kits. What do you mean he just uses a generic-ass grunt unit as the main character of the story?
When it's a Stark Jiggy, you made it look cool.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah, to make it look, give it a unique color.
You do more than that, even.
I'm just saying, like, you want to do it as little effort as possible. You still are making hits. I say, having no issues with different colored suits. Seeing how yesterday I got my flight. Yes.
Hey, we just got word Krampus will not be joining us today, so...
He is the sick.
It is unfortunate, but better that he rest and get better.
Alright. Proceed on Rebake.
Normal rebake or full city?
Rebake. Full City is not in yet.
Yeah, anything from season 2 is
Yeah, they only have Season 1 IBO stuff right now.
Okay.
り回されてよ。
I think that brings me down to... Yeah, there's only one more thing I need to make out of IBO, and that is the Raise Custom 2 Ryusei Go.
That's the thing. I got the Guji pick out of Heart Mission, which I cheesed by running my guest IBO units around as baits while my main team just slaughtered everything.
Yeah. All my once a day special deals.
Yeah, I've taken to buying the weapon parts from that at this point. I'm saving up for my first UR crafted.
I have 6 URs presently, and I'm working towards getting them all to level 100. So, by which I mean I have a single one that's not yet level 100.
Oh.
Yeah, because I finally got my pity currency stuff, so I've got the Sazabi.
Nice.
Also, close to having my 3-star Red Gundam at level 100. It's literally level 99.
Yeah, I've got to get SP tokens. I foolishly put some of them into my giant Haro and
Yeah. No, the like 2 SP breaks I got from basically the free stuff you get. I did the G-Cux and the Red Gundam.
yeah, G-Gux was definitely one I did.
So my G-Cux is already 100 at 3-star because it's stupid busted despite the fact that it only has a 2-range attack.
Yeah. It's especially funny if you put in a pilot that has a range boost.
And then yeah, the only other thing I'm working on, like I said, getting the 6 URs I have all to level 100, and then doing weapon upgrades on them. Now, mind you, I've pulled 8 URs
Oh yeah.
and purchased 1. I do have a level 100 2-star EZ8.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a 2-star UR yet. I've got 2 1-star URs.
Yeah, no, it's honestly kind of gross. I may have managed to do over 200,000 damage in a single attack.
Good lord, man. Like
Its EX attack is also already like level 4, so because it's a 2-star UR, it was like that was the one I focused all my weapons materials into first. So as soon as I get any high level weapons materials, it immediately goes into that, boosting it.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'm gonna put my UR parts into. Because while my Exia is like really good, I tend to use the Trans Am more than I tend to use the actual EX attack.
Yeah. Like most of its other attacks are also like level 3, but its EX attack specifically is level 4 already, and just yeah, does truly awful things to most enemies. Like when doing the Astray event that currently exists and doing like the boss fights, it will take like 15 to 20 bars off the boss in a single hit.
Good lord.
Yeah. At least the hard level ones. The expert one, I think I get like 5 or 6, which is still impressive.
Okay, yeah, that's
Well, like, yeah.
That's less scary.
Any time the like, oh, special thing, you have an hour to deal with the blue frame second L, and I'm like,
yeah. I've gotten to the point where I can one cycle him. It's just like, oh, that is a very easy set of medals.
I one turn him.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Literally, the Easy 8 does more than half of his health.
Yeah.
And then it's just like my 5 other URs, my 3-star level 100 G-Cucks, and my 3-star level 99 Red Gundam do the rest. I've got to be honest, there's a distinct possibility that the next time I actually build back up to 200 pity currency, I'm just buying another UR Easy 8 to 3-star that guy out.
That's fair. Extra 10% ain't gonna.
As an aside, I'm grateful that this house has an actual air conditioning system.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. As is currently pre-season for summer in San Diego.
Well, we had a really bad heat burst yesterday. It broke a little bit, but that means it's only like 80 today as opposed to the 100 it was yesterday.
I felt so drained yesterday.
Yeah, no, yesterday was bad. Today is better, but still on the way to cooling down, but
Nope.
yes, those come out.
Yes, they do. Listen, my hands just do things on their own.
Yeah, the Easy 8 also, like, it doesn't hurt that the Easy 8 gets massive boost from my support units as well.
Oh, nice.
So that's part of why it does as disgusting things as it does.
The one good thing about having so many spare units from the Astray event, I'm building up my G shot points.
Okay.
Got 4K. We're back down into the realms of not stupid expensive. We're still a little shy on that one, it looks like. Just shy on the next one. Although we might have K's cakes and stuff to sell.
We almost certainly do.
I think we actually did those recently. Formation, spell parts. Yep. Whole bunch of wish bracelets, and then we should also have probably the same number of K's cakes.
Unless we sold them, I forgot about the wish bracelets.
I mean, they'd still be in the list, but the list, there they are. We have one less K's cake than we have wish bracelets. That's still. I think we have more credits off of selling those than we actually had after finishing that mission.
Yes, because it was a fairly short mission.
Okay. So almost up to everyone being at level 7. Yeah, so I would say probably do Blazing Combination
Okay.
right now, just to kind of lead us into,
Yeah.
because that'll also get us J-Decker back.
Yes, which is preferable.
Not that it matters that much, because, I mean, aside from being more of a melee unit than a ranged unit, like, Duke Fire is
He's fine.
basically
but,
the same unit,
yeah.
just with a different attack set.
Oh,
And technically we get Fire Jadecker.
Yes, we do get Fire Jadecker. This also improves Yuta as a supporter, and probably more importantly, this gets Hyperlink for Gridman.
Yeah. Because Gridman needs to be more powerful.
Technically speaking, we need to be sure that Duke Fire has a score of at least 60, which I'm pretty sure he does.
Yes. Considering he inherits the score from Jadecker, and Jadecker was, I think, already a great ace. Not that you were gone outside for very long.
You could remove the evil from a human's heart and make them pure dead.
True.
I'm here to cause problems on purpose.
It is what she
Yep.
does.
Now these these two get into an otaku walk.
Okay, how did you know I was here?
The internet.
You fly around in a 3-kilometer battleship. It's kind of hard not to know where you are.
Well, yes and no. It's not like 3-kilometer battleships are particularly unique
They are, actually.
in this world.
Yes.
How many of them have we shot down?
Not that many.
Would that be?
Very few things are as large as the Dreistriker, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the battleships are generally smaller.
Yes.
3 kilometers. That's
Like-
like
Like I will remind you, we have commented on this before. The Dreistriker is one of the first battleships that has been in a Super Robot Wars game that actually feels like it could legitimately fit all the robots it's supposed to be carrying. Like, for perspective, the raw column isn't even half a kilometer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they fit like, what, 6 mobile suits?
13.
13. Oh, okay, that's fairly high, actually, for
Yes.
I know what if it
Gundam.
Well, I mean, also the thing about Gundam mobile suits are not actually that big,
Yeah.
like 18 meters.
No, they are, but
And that's mostly height, really, because they do
Yeah.
store them standing up.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like, generally speaking, the actual size of warships in these games is not actually that large, to the point where it was a regular commentary that we were pretty sure the Gunbuster was hanging onto the outside of the ship.
Yeah, although the Gunbuster is particularly enormous, isn't it?
Well, the Gunbuster is particularly enormous, but it's only like twice the size of things like the Trider or the Brave Raideen, or even like the Combattler and Voltes are both like 50 meters.
Okay. Bit far more on those than you would think for the amount of size you got.
Yeah, it's one of those things of I always remember how big some of this stuff is because one of the things in space that my mind in regards to this or size, an Imperial class Star Destroyer is 1 kilometer long.
Uh-huh.
The Dreistriker is 3 Star Destroyers long.
I don't think it's actually 3 kilometers long, but it is really big. Yeah, specifically the Gunbuster is 240 meters tall.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it is like, that was the commentary we had when we were like stowing it on the raw column, was like, this thing is literally half the size of the raw column.
Yeah. And furthermore, the actual areas for crew and what's it called? And the bridge and everything.
Operations,
on it,
yeah.
Operations in general on one of those ships is not insignificant.
No.
No.
Like the carrier capacity almost seems like an afterthought half the time. Is there anything else special on this mission?
I don't think so, but let me take a look. So the only other thing, like, again, Duke Fire has to have a score of 60 by the time he leaves and we get Fire J. Decker. The only other thing is at a certain point, Anti will be on the field. We do want to make sure to defeat Anti before the mission progresses, because he will just leave and we will miss the drop from him.
Okay, we have nearly double what we need
Yeah,
score-wise.
yeah, I don't know. I wasn't worried about that part, but yeah. So when Anti is on the field, we want to focus, make sure to focus on taking out Anti.
Okay, is it with Gridman or just with anyone?
No, just whoever. He has a power part drop for defeating him.
Oh, okay.
It's not like a points thing or anything. It's just you get a power part for defeating him, like most bosses. But he actually does leave the field when the objectives progress. It's like also strictly technically, if we did not already have it, this is where we would get the Buster Gridman and Sky Gridman attacks, but we did all the early stuff to make Gridman stupid broken. Sorry, more stupid broken. I don't think there's anything you can do in this game to not make Gridman stupid broken.
Not particularly.
Like even if you intentionally don't use Gridman, he still ends up busted.
Okay, yeah, the big difference between the two is
The spirits,
has
yeah.
better spirits.
Yeah, no, Duke Fire spirits suck ass.
Attack something. Either.
I mean, you could throw down the Analyze, 10% damage. Probably isn't going to do it, but something at least. Actually, it might. It's pretty low already. Fire Sword is not that weak of an attack. Nope, still just barely, unless he crits, but can't guarantee that.
Okay. I think someone who I'm not really actually going to wait to turn on, which is definitely nice. Yes.
Chargel. I mean, we don't need to do that much damage to him anyways. Regular machete, so good, yeah. Fire, Duke Fire should be able to take it from there.
Now, plot. Not that Yuta, that Yuta.
Not Yuta, Yuta.
But what about Yuta?
Not Yuta, Yuta.
Thank you. But
The Pokemon now. Yuta. Yuta, Yuta, Yuta. Yuta.
That's tomorrow. Can't remember this terrible drawing.
I'm not going to lie. There is a singular. It's all because, I mean, as we've discussed ad nauseum, I generally don't give a shit about Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think it's just not a thing that ever really appealed to me. I played the original games and then literally took a gap until Sun and Moon.
Yeah, fair.
And played Sun and Moon and wasn't terribly impressed. Played Sun technically and wasn't terribly impressed with it at the time. There is a singular Pokemon game I have considered actually playing for us on stream, and amusingly, it is one that could fit with the theming for Monday, or technically for Thursday.
Conquest?
Yes, I have considered playing Pokemon Conquest because while I don't give a shit about Pokemon, I love Nobunaga's Ambition.
I'm really hopeful that someday they will make a second.
Another one, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, Conquest was really good because again, it was Nobunaga's Ambition that they just sort of shoved Pokemon into. In much the same way that like Pokken Tournament actually fucking rules because it's just Tekken with Pokemon.
It's also the reason I don't like Pokken Tournament. I don't like Tekken.
Yeah.
Which isn't a slight against the game. It's just,
No,
that's
it's-
just not my style game.
Yeah, no. Again, in much the same way for Super Robot Sunday, is like I would not expect anybody else in our group to be the one that's going to play Iron Saga Versus.
Yeah.
Like, out of everyone in our group, I'm probably the one most in line with fighting games, and even then, like I'm not a huge fighting game enthusiast. I like them well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've pretty much retired from fighting games for the most part, though the anthropology of it still amuses me on certain levels.
How so?
Just the community and personality around it can
Oh
sometimes,
yeah. Yeah, the culture is fascinating.
yeah. But anthropology is like my amateur hobby in general,
Yeah.
so
No, the fighting game community is incredibly fascinating because they do have their entire own lexicon, and there are like,
we just have those two. We haven't.
yeah, Auntie hasn't shown up yet. I think he shows up after the next set, which is just defeating one of the two chieftains.
All right, so
Yeah, they have like their own lexicon, and then even within, like, there are sub communities which then have a further separate language and lexicon they speak.
yeah. Buy everyone. I think that starts with fortune, so I can stop caring about it. It's like, who has fortune? Everyone. Everyone has fortune. It's just you two. Or
That would be.
Yeah, I think that I think the only reason we hadn't done it yet is because at this point the thing that is most in demand is PP.
I know we have a shit ton of Insane around because I haven't really spent it on much. I also have a lot of.
There was just a period of time where because of, like we were trying to get like hit and run and a couple of other things on everybody, we were pretty strapped for PP.
Yeah, we were.
We haven't done that in a while, so now we probably have enough to get at least most of our actual fielded team, the sort of default things we want, but like credits are super no longer an issue, and even MXP we don't get a ton of MXP, but we are very quickly running out of things it's worth bothering spending MXP on. So
yeah, at a certain point, the only thing we'll have left to buy is power points.
And I mean those are good, but they're not
good, but yeah.
They're not anything you need to be like, oh man, I really need another like 10,000 MXP so I can get that thing. It's like, oh, I hit the threshold, I'm gonna go grab one kind of thing.
Yeah, they are like the best power parts in the game.
Oh yeah, they're all the rainbow. They're all rainbow power parts, but
yeah, it's just the best power parts in the game isn't exactly the most needed thing in the world.
no.
I say tabling the entire other side before it takes a turn.
I mean, also at this point, like likewise, credits wise, it's like everything we have is at 15 and level 7 weapons. We are well beyond where we need to be to finish this game.
Yes. Doesn't mean we're not going to continue upgrading.
Oh no, absolutely, because there's literally nothing else to spend the credits on.
Also, because it's funny.
Yes. Also, because technically, I don't think I ever got the achievement for getting to level 20. I just never bothered. Also, because there was odd things with my second playthrough of this game where I was playing it mostly on the Steam Deck and essentially mostly offline, and for some reason it didn't actually sync up achievements. So, like, you may have noticed as we were playing through this, there were a lot of achievements that triggered that.
Makes no sense why they wouldn't work really.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I even have the achievement for beating the game, which I have definitely done. The achievement unlocks for this game in particular seem to have just gone really screwy for my account. Oh, also, I don't know if we ever mentioned it because I don't remember. I think it happened last week, but obviously I had to bail early. We do actually have a more specific release timeline for Y. August.
August, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we're not actually that far out from Y. Yeah, because the first teaser that released just had the, like, you know, sometime this year, but then, like, a week or two ago, they released additional information. It was like, yeah, it is coming in August. And while it hasn't been explicitly stated that it's a simultaneous Japan and Western release, it's pretty heavily assumed that that's the case because they don't seem to have indicated that there's any sort of later release planned.
It's actually got a Steam page of an August release.
Yeah.
Listed on it. I'm not sure if they can do that for just Japanese only release, but
yeah, that's kind of what the question is because it depends upon how they set it up. If they set the game up with 2 different Steam IDs for the Japanese versus English version, then they could have different release dates for it, but it is very uncommon to do that with games that have international release.
yeah.
All I know is whenever it does get a Steam release, my Steam Deck is going to suddenly get a lot more use again, since I haven't really done... The games I've been playing recently are not really well suited for playing on the Steam Deck, so I haven't been using it that much. Like, yes, I technically could play Blueprints on the Steam Deck. I did it. When I first was playing it, I did a few days worth of runs on the Steam Deck.
It just seems like it'd be much better on an actual desktop.
more so for the case of like it's a game where like paying attention to minute details is very important, and the screen, it's like even with having the OLED Steam Deck, like the screen resolution just isn't. It's still too small. It's too small of a screen, and my eyes are too fucked to be able to pick out minute details like that on the Steam Deck screen. Like it is a useful thing. Like now in post game on Blueprints, I could probably do a few runs on it because I know there are things that I'm trying to do that are very specific. Like, okay, I already know what the solution to this puzzle is. I just need to get the right things to happen on a day, and so it's just kind of essentially grinding out until I get a day where those things line up. But also, I'm taking like a 3 or so month break from Blueprints because I'm actually really frustrated with the post game. It is a game I highly recommend. I think it's an amazing game. It's one of the best puzzle games we've gotten in recent times. But because of the nature of the game relying a lot on sort of random chance, that you have very limited ability to influence, it becomes very frustrating. Like I said, I'm at a point where there are multiple puzzles where it's like, I know what I need to do to solve this puzzle. I just have to hope that I draw the right rooms in a day.
That is honestly the reason why I'm not looking. I've watched some streaming, but
Yeah.
the fact is, like, I have some troubles with doing puzzles sometimes because my brain doesn't like to
Yeah.
logic think properly. Relying on RNG to make sure I have what I need, like, no, that would just frustrate the never-ending.
Well, I will tell you this much. Here's the great benefit. Valve, if you're listening, cover your ears. You don't have to worry about purchasing the game. You're in my Steam family sharing, so you can just use my copy.
We haven't set that up yet, so what we're doing.
Oh, right, because we need to set it up on your new machine. Because you're still in the group. It's just...
Yes, and I have finally got
Yeah, I think I just need to reissue the invite, because you're still listed in the family. It just never synced up. So, yeah, I can probably resend the invite to that. But, yeah, you have that. But yeah, I was talking about it with HP last night even, because both of us have played the game. We love the game. But it's very much a case of, I feel like once you have rolled credits on it, once you have found Room 46, which is sort of the stated intended purpose of the game,
Okay.
I feel like the game should give you more ability to influence your deck and what rooms you're drawing, because at that point you are very much just trying to solve post-game puzzles, which again, there's a ton of actual post-game to this game. There's a whole, like, reaching Room 46 opens up a entirely new set of mysteries to solve. But you have now reached a point where it's like, okay, I've got all this stuff unlocked, and I've got all these clues I've gathered, and now I just need to be able to actually apply them, but I'm still just as much at the mercy of the RNG as I was just trying to get to the end, the credits of the game. And that to me just feels really bad, because it's like, okay, like, there are a lot of things I will give credit to the game for. One of the things I think is the most genius, and it feels frustrating when you're more in the end game or post game of it. But there are, scattered about the game in various different places, will be the clues to the same puzzle, essentially.
Yeah.
And it feels frustrating when you run across a clue to a puzzle you've essentially already solved. But if you kind of take a step back from your specific situation and kind of take a look at it from a game design perspective, it's an absolutely brilliant game design, and it is the way it should be. Because of the nature of the game, you cannot guarantee a player is going to run into, thing A to give a solution to puzzle 1. Meaning if you have things A, B, and C that are all hints to puzzle 1, it increases the likelihood of them finding the hint they need to help them figure out the puzzle. It's just really frustrating if I have already solved puzzle 1, if I already understand completely how it works, if I already, just passed it, and I get this new thing and I look and it's like, oh, that's just a clue to a thing I already know.
Yep.
It's very much the case of, I get frustrated by it, but then I get almost more frustrated at myself for being frustrated by it, because I want to actually give the devs credit on that for being more friendly to the new player than the somebody who's put, 40, 50, 60 hours into this game already and already solved that puzzle. Like, So I kind of take that back to myself and just like, no, it's like, it sucks that I didn't get a thing, but I appreciate that this exists, because if I hadn't found, thing A and instead found thing B, that still would have led me to solving, puzzle 1 kind of thing.
If you're being rational, thinking about why would this work this way? Oh, because not everyone's going to have the at this point.
Yeah. It's like one of the things is, for instance, there is a room literally called the locker room. It's a thing that's, you have to go through some certain steps to actually make it available to you on a given day, and then it just literally has a ton of lockers that you need keys to unlock and open, and keys are essentially a limited resource. But I just so happened to luck into having a day where I both had the locker room, managed to place it in the house, and had like 40 keys.
Nice.
Just because I basically run into like a set of circumstances where it was just like I just ended up with a crap ton of keys because I didn't need to use them to actually unlock doors. And so I was like, cool, I'm going to go open every locker in that locker room. And outside of some resources, the only thing that of significance in the locker room was a math worksheet that teaches you the solution to a puzzle I had already solved. This was probably like day 25 or 26 that I was on this run, and I solved that puzzle like day 2. I literally solved that puzzle without any actual hints to that puzzle, just because I like poked at it enough. It was a puzzle that you can just retry essentially infinitely. It doesn't actually lock you out for failing it. And so I just poked at it long enough to figure out how it worked. And so it was like, oh, well, on the one hand, like, I'm still going to make notes of this because I can't guarantee that whatever the solutions to these math problems aren't also something else.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, based on what I'm seeing here, this feels like it is just a hint to that puzzle. And I felt bad about it. I was like, oh man, it took me like this long to actually be able to go through and open all the lockers in the locker room. And really most of what I got out of it were like some gems and some coins. And I'm basically already done with the day. I have like 2 more slots I can actually put rooms in. And I'm basically done. So this doesn't really do me a whole lot of good. But at the same time, I appreciate that that's there because it is entirely, I could see like it's entirely possible somebody happens to unlock that locker and is still trying to figure out that puzzle, and this would be the thing to do it for them. It's really good though. I do really recommend it. And I will also make this offer, Hunter. If you ever do want to try taking a swing at it and you want to play it, we'll get the stuff set up so you can do it. Also, I don't remember if you still have Game Pass or not, but I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass.
They don't like my bank.
Ah.
I'm sorry. My
Bank doesn't like them.
Microsoft.
Fair enough.
Or Google. And I found out why. I actually called to check, and apparently they are among the top 5 most often used
Fraudulent activity. Yeah, fair enough.
So they just auto-deny it.
Yep.
I do have a workaround if I feel like getting Game Pass.
Fair enough. But yeah, so it is also on Game Pass. So any of our listeners that are interested in the game and haven't tried it yet, if you have Game Pass, it's on there. Take a run at it. But what I'm saying is if you do want to give it a try to start playing, I will happily co-pilot with you and be there to provide hints or assistance with puzzles if you need it.
I will consider it.
Yeah. I'm sure Krampus would as well, because he's been playing, like Krampus and Shiv, all 3 of us have played through the game and absolutely adore it. So,
to be fair, if I'm getting Game Pass for a game, it isn't Blueprints.
Well, less about the Game Pass, because like I said, if we get the Steam family sharing set up, you'll have access to that as well.
There's a game that if I didn't have the massive backlog of JRPGs I'm still going through, Clear Obscura is real good.
Yes. Nothing personnel, kid.
Now we're purple. I feel like that's not how combining would work, but okay.
Anything resembling how you think something should work should be thrown out the window when
That's
we're
fair.
into a Brave series.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
Fair. That's fair.
He's causing random explosions and will probably be like 3 shot by our team at most.
That guy has the most correct name I've seen.
What?
He is as far from a victim as possible.
Yeah, but that's just his name, man.
Yeah.
Also her eyes.
Look, just because her eyes are over 50% of her head.
Like, I'm used to seeing those types of eyes on kids.
Yeah, that's she has the weird distinction of having the style of eyes from like the kids in the Brave series.
Yeah.
Although I don't think she's that old. I think she might be like a teenager. She's 12.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Okay, this. Yeah, if you actually look at the a Google image search for her, she doesn't actually look anywhere near as old. Yeah, just.
A little tall for a 12-year-old, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that. I will remind you of our friend's youngest child.
Oh, dear God.
Daryl and Renee's youngest daughter is, I think at this point, 2 to 3 inches taller than their eldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also 90% leg.
She's a clan character.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of tall for a 12-year-old. I mean, not really, man. We know one of those.
Also, you're looking at a perspective shot. Like, there's her in relation to the cast. She's not actually that much taller than Yuta.
That's fair.
She is 150 centimeters.
I don't know centimeters to Imperial, so that's
But 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters.
that doesn't know.
Yes, it does. Just do math.
She's just shy of 5 feet.
Okay.
Like, she is literally 4'11".
But yeah, the portraits here don't necessarily give you
Yeah.
a good idea of how big anyone is.
No.
According to these portraits, I think Yuta and a sack of potatoes are about the same size.
You say, according to these numbers, hair makes him taller than J-Deck.
I think part of it, too, is just she doesn't act as childlike as, like, say, Yuta does.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel like she's more of an adult, but she really isn't. Like, she's younger than Uso.
Well, not the youngest Gundam pilot.
Nope.
Thank you, G-Witch Prologue. I know it's a technicality.
It's like I don't think that technically counts because that's like 50-50 at best. That's 50% Airy and 50%. The thing is piloting its fucking self.
I mean, to be fair, it's more of like a 50, 25, 25.
Yeah.
Because all she's really doing is telling the computer where to shoot.
Yeah, basically.
Because her mother was actually doing the
Yes.
real piloting. But still. Yeah, I think Uso and Kyo from Age are the youngest ones still at 13. For like actual pilots.
Okay, well, we already addressed the G-Witch, and you're bringing up age, which does mean that AUs apply. Therefore, technically Funsaki, because horses don't live to be that old.
DG cells.
No, Funsaki's like 5 years old. like, we actually have an age for Funsaki.
Okay. Her youngest human pilot, then.
There they are.
I got bored. Oh boy.
Okay.
Anti's over there.
Yeah, Anti's over there. We need to make sure to take him out before we do both. Like, we can do one or the other of Armored Chieftain and Mecha Gilgillis, but we need to make sure that we take out Anti before we do both of them. And realistically, we may as well just focus him down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Let's see, what is his morale at? Okay, he should be a lot easier to do right now.
Yeah, that was the primary reason why I was like, we should probably just focus him down right now before he becomes super damage resistant.
Yeah. That one.
Max Grid Man is the hero. Yeah.
Okay, that's precise
I mean, you're going to crit as well, and it doesn't take that into account for shoot down. It still might not bring him down, but close enough.
I might as well do this because I'm gonna kill him with him one way or the other. Sure you.
Unlikely.
Yeah. Probably still.
You're guaranteed crit, so it will.
Yeah.
It's like the last one was like 27k, so even with the
Yeah,
increased
even with
damage
the
resistance,
increased
it'll still should easily do 6400.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, I can still deal again for all that matters.
Yeah. Oh
No.
wow, no, his defense really did rise that much. Oh,
Well, deal. It's fine. Zeal has no clauses. I can just keep using it.
there we go.
No, his defense is silly. It's him and the stupid one from Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
この怪獣は他とは違う。
グリッドマンを助けてキャリバス
アクセスコードグリッドマンキャリバー俺を使えグリッドキャリバー
Does he have Zeal?
Oh, expect that to have more hit points.
Nah, Mecha Gulgillis is really only kind of a pseudo boss. The fact that the weakest attack it has, albeit with a damage double, one-shots these things.
Okay, I think we're doubling its hit points.
そこか
What? Immediately, Gridman can hyperlink into full power Gridman.
So we are clear, the cutscene of him getting hyperlink and going full powered happens the first time you hit Mecha Gulgillis.
I figured.
Okay, so we just have that guy. So.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with the super AIs. We were born to destroy. You're wrong, and I'm going to destroy you.
仕上がれ準備はいいかファイヤージェネッカチェンジマックスキャノンファイヤージェネッカマックスキャノンそこだチャージ完了マックスキャノンファイヤー
わあ。
ロボットの心にかけて我々は平和のために戦い続ける
Wait, if you stop fighting, how are you gonna?
No, we're not going to stop fighting for peace. We're not going to obtain it because, what are you, silly?
Yeah, fair.
Well, you see, we take all of our enemies and then drag them with us, along with all of our giant robots, back to the beginning of time in an alternate universe that nothing can escape from.
Sure.
That's the...
That's Gao Gai Gar.
Yeah, that's where we left off from Gao Gai Gar at the start of this game, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
That is why we specifically had Mamoru and what's his face, because Guy, Shishio, and the rest of the GGG were back at the beginning of time in an alternate universe from which nothing could escape.
And then they said,
And then they escape. Yeah. No, as you do.
Technically, they didn't escape; they got called back.
allowing them to escape.
Basically, this game horrifically simplifies it. It's a little bit more complicated in the actual story, but not by much.
I don't think you can't not horrifically simplify Gao Gai Gar.
Base Gao Gai Gar, no. As soon as you start getting into like the movies and the after story stuff, it gets really fucking weird. Like, honestly, the base TV series of Gao Gai Gar is actually incredibly straightforward.
Maybe we should uninstall those red LED eyes. Oh, you can't go evil.
Yes, that's what makes robots evil. Red light bulbs in their eyes.
What drives a robot to evil?
An evil heart, we've been over that.
Need to have homework to do.
No. They're on their Pokemon journey.
I'm a police commissioner. I'm a police captain. What do I need school for?
Yeah. By the time he's 27, he'll have his
Yeah,
retirement and pension. He's
yeah,
fucking golden.
I get a pension for the rest of my life at 25.
Public sector unions. Regina set as your supporter.
Yep. You also get the drawing of Deckard and the junk terminal.
Yep. Yep. Force mission.
Yep, forced directly into Life of a Majin. I mean, we could do the menu stuff.
Stuff. Yeah.
But mission-wise, we have to go.
Yeah. So. Quick.
We could do AOS update as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it shoves them back in there, yeah.
Yeah. What's this one? Thruster. Tricer continues to not be able to miss.
She'll take a look real quick, because a couple of the power parts we just got are pretty solid.
Where's that to? Where is... Okay, I don't have to wait for Fire Jacker.
No, it just takes all the normal stuff. But we did get... So the EXE Mega Booster we got for defeating Nanti is kind of whatever. It's the one-time use, gives 5 EXE. But we did get another Bravenium Gamma.
Yeah.
Which is pretty damn good. We get the drawing of Deckard, which is funny, if not necessarily great.
Yeah.
And we got a junk terminal, which I think we already had one of, which we really should put on something.
It is good specifically for the dodgy units.
And the Wish Bracelet, which is just a better junk terminal.
And we just make those.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, we need to...
Yeah, between streams, we'll redo power parts again. It's about that time.
Yeah. I've been putting it off for quite a while. Alright.
So for this mission, at a certain point, the Zeto will activate the Majin Power ability. We just need to make sure that Koji shoots down 2 or more units after Majin Power activates.
Okay. That's right, I think this is where they get their unit upgrades for this one in Great, which we currently don't have technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the Majin Power for Zeto. We get, we actually, I think this is where we get Great back, actually.
We get Great back, yeah, and it gets the upgrade.
Yeah, it gets Majin power. We re-get the double burning fire. We also get the 6 spirit command on Asagi from this one.
6 spirit command, I'm trying to remember.
I don't know what his... It just says 6th spirit command, so I don't know what his actual 6th spirit is.
His final spirit, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because his is actually locked behind the mission, not just level.
Yes. Which would matter if we were using Asagi.
And then, yeah, the reason for getting the 2 kills with the Zeto after Majin Power triggers is that also gets us the Boss Nukenmucha supporter as a permanent thing. Otherwise, you only get them temporarily for this mission.
Yeah.
That's my old friend, Dr. Hell.
Dr. Hell, probably one of the least subtle villains in this game. Just saying something.
I mean, all the villains of that era of Mecha were not exactly subtle.
No. I mean, we have Zoltan and Claw in here, and he's still fucking even screams evil even fucking more. Granted, Claw is only looks so evil because of the art they specifically gave him. But.
Yeah. That being said, thinking about it based on the earlier discussion we were having about the size of warships, I mean, we don't have stats for it yet, but it certainly looks like the warship in Y might be even bigger. Like Like we've seen the image of it. It looks like a fucking colony ship.
Oh right, yeah.
That thing looks huge. It looks like they strapped a prow on a fucking asteroid.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Colony Ship Frontier.
Yeah, basically that's what I was kind of going with. It's definitely it's like a Macross ass colony ship.
Considering there's actually Macross.
Yeah,
series
Delta.
there, yeah, Delta's in there. That does make sense.
Specifically the Delta movie.
Those two.
Which does excite me because, kind of based on our habits, it does mean we could legitimately just do a group watch through of Macross Delta before we start playing Y on stream.
I would not mind that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I really like Delta. It is my second favorite Macross series.
I think we have this.
7.
Yeah. Second.
Yeah, no, Macross 7 is great. Macross 7 is the fucking G Gundam of Macross, and it rules. It's like every other Macross series has the sort of undertones of like, no, music has power and like can really influence battle and blah blah blah. And Macross 7 is like, no, literally, let me fire these missiles into my enemies that then don't actually blow up, but instead turn into speakers so I can play rock songs at them.
Yeah, that is taking the concept of weaponizing music.
So I wouldn't actually call it weaponizing because he specifically is not trying to kill anybody. He is literally just like, if they hear my music, it will change their hearts and they will stop attacking us. And it fucking works. Neki Basra is a fucking madman.
I mean, is it mad? It works.
Alright, both.
It also doesn't hurt at all that the singing voice for Neki Basra is literally Yoshiki Fukuyama, the lead singer of Jam Project.
Okay then. Yeah.
ってますね。イカルガの力を見せる時です。全力全開でいきましょう。さあフィナーレでリードを探しましょう。イカルガ突撃。やっぱりロボットは最高です。
あいつだね。俺
Somebody else's plot also want to randomly show up too.
Need some Braves here.
Some invaders from somewhere.
Zonders, you're not even around anymore.
Eozeon and Zanskare.
Shocker.
Okay, now I'm just confused. On the bright side, I mean, we get the Spider-Man mech.
Now, unfortunately, Toku Spider-Man did not show up even in the game series that's like this, but for Tokusatsu.
Okay.
That one primarily ends up with like Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and like Metal Heroes.
Yeah.
I don't think even Garo showed up in any of them, if I remember correctly.
Wait, see, we just shined a flashlight at it. Guess we powered this up via bullshit science.
You left the door open. All right.
All right.
So now we need to get 2 kills with Koji. And shouldn't be a problem at all.
There are 2. Yes. Okay.
With franchising. Yes, the Brock and T9 specifically.
Yeah.
命に感じられない。あれは生物なのか。照準を合わせるまでもない。いけ。やったな。行くぞハヤト、ピンク。おう、やるぞハヤト、ピンク。ゲッタービーム。
So nice of stuff to clean itself up for me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, fuck. Just Brian. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, it's not wrong.
この の手で叩き潰してやるぞブロッケン伯爵。ルストハリケーン。そんなバカな。
Now, Dr. Hell, if we wanted to get into random philosophical debates, we would talk to the Brave team.
All I did was bring up coexistence and look what happens. Because we know you're full of shit.
Yeah, it still only takes up 1 square. It's like Majin, with an E on the end.
Get a raise?
Dragonium?
Oh, he flashbanged us. You do whatever the block commands.
I'll take your word for it. to do is beat up Infinity.
Yep.
No, right.
Yeah.
You remind me of myself. Have you ever thought of playing a tambourine? how long could it possibly take us to search all of Africa in this one ship? Indeed, Nova.
Is the boss wrong? Or case cake situation?
No.
Wow.
Okay.
Let's see.
Boston Curve. They have a barrier buster in the.
Well, that's, yeah. Activate Burger Spirit on someone.
Yeah, it's because his got upgraded.
Rowdy Chair.
Yeah, Rowdy Chair's wall, but the flat is +1 morale on top of all the base morale for hitting enemies.
Yeah. Which I think brings it all the way up to 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as you can see, we unlocked a whole.
Yep. Brave Lineage Alternate. So yeah, we've unlocked non good missions.
Yep. Auto's off. All right, that's probably as good a place as any to call it for today. I don't really think we have enough time to sneak in another mission, even if it is one of the side ones. So that's going to do it for us today on Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming as we are continuing our playthrough of Super Robot Wars 30. We'll be back tomorrow with our continuing Soul Link, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon Pokemon playthrough on Poke Mondays. On Thursday with more review of Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 books. And right back here next Sunday with more Super Robot Wars 30. Until then, I've been Bograt.
I've been Hunter Green.
And I'm Vincent. Also, she's Nova.
Yes. Have a good one, everyone.